What up, y'all? It's Krazy K here. I'm gonna do my Monday Night Raw prediction live tomorrow night at McNabb in Milwaukee. We saw after Friday Night SmackDown what we all been waiting for over a decade, 10 long years. After a decade, watching her old brawl fights, her promos on the mentality, really getting inside of people's head. Once upon a time, our longest Divas champion held and ran that women's locker room, part of the women's revolution. We all know her as, like I like to say, crazy face, but puts a smile on all of our faces. Special guest referee, manager, one of the best female superstars in the history of the WWE. Seen her return on SmackDown, and now get to see her on Monday Night Raw, especially AJ Lee, that we all been waiting for a long time, and now it's finally going to happen. Hopefully, as we see her talk a little bit to us on Raw, her and CM Punk take on Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins in the mixed tag team match in September 30th, live at the Indianapolis pay-per-view for WrestleMania. Early WrestleMania is what it's calling it in Indianapolis. Take on that mixed tag team match and maybe make it a main event. Also, Lyra Kara to beat. I'm going for Lyra Kara to defeat Raquel in a singles action, and then maybe we'll see Bayley return so her and Raquel can finish what was started between them two. Storyline going on here. We see Bayley in her own mind, in her own head, and now telling her stories of the past now. So maybe she'll return to Lyra Kara live during or after the match to answer her request. Maybe also after this mixed tag team match, we can see Becky Lynch defending her Intercontinental Championship against AJ Lee after the mixed tag team match. Also, speaking of tag team matches, I think that the Usos are united. I think they'll challenge to win a tag team match against Braun Baker and Bryson Reed. Braun Baker and Bryson Reed has been a wicked thorn in both them and Roman Reigns' side to take out a little bit of revenge for what they did to Roman, what they've been doing to them over the past weeks, until we see the OTC return, hopefully by Survivor Series or sooner. And further into that, obviously, the phenomenal AJ Styles could be Americano for getting involved in his match last week, but our Intercontinental Champion Dominic can return the favor and help Americano win, just like he did for him, as they have this friendship, tag team, alliance-ship going on between them two. And as far as that goes, that's my Raw prediction for tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Check it out on my page. For new subscribers, story for returning subscribers, you can watch it, like it, comment, subscribe. That's my Raw prediction for Milwaukee tomorrow night. And a little bit of pay-per-view prediction on September 20th in Indianapolis for the WrestleMania pay-per-view before we head to Perth, Australia. Crown Jewel next month, San Diego, which I'll be at that one Survivor Series in November. Obviously, closing in on Christmas time, where it looks like in January, rolled to WrestleMania headed in Europe. So we can go to WrestleMania Part 1 and 2. That will be held. Well, as far as we know, it's been switched where it's going to be at. As far as we know, everything is, as far as we know, now it's been switched to Las Vegas. And maybe we'll get a main event on one night for the men, but then maybe the women can main event on the other night. I think that's only fair, including the next SummerSlams. I think a woman should have a main event, just like the men does at SummerSlam and WrestleMania. Biggest pay-per-view of all summer. Obviously, still in the show at WrestleMania. They earned it and deserved it too. So, that's my future pay-per-view predictions. This coming pay-per-view prediction at the end of this month. That's my pay-per-view predictions wrapping up this year and future things in the WWE they can work on. The Raw and SmackDown as well. Raw predictions for tomorrow, updations, and coming pay-per-views prediction. Obviously, got gameplay Clash of the Castle is available, including SummerSlam. You'll have the Indianapolis gameplay when that pay-per-view happens as well. So go ahead, check out the other gameplays now. There's also Legend matches, Raw and SmackDown predictions coming through as well in there. The last ones too. I got my triple threat over the last 2 weeks and this week podcast and Raw recap. That'll be coming on Tuesdays. Check out my other before and after thoughts playlist with Krazy. Check out this triple threat podcast that'll be available tomorrow, including right after Monday Night Raw. It'll actually be available on Tuesday with the updations and stuff, because I'll also have the Monday Night Raw recap with Krazy as well that you can check out, including tomorrow night's Monday Night Raw. So that's why I said Tuesday. But it'll include the podcast including this week and Clash of Castle. Clash of Paris is what they called it. And including future pay-per-views and updations, and including Raw this week as well. And there's also photos on Snap and Insta you can check out. It's my birthday weekend. Check out those photos through Instagram and Snapchat. Also, my hometown making it proud, Nebraska winning. You can check that out. College football, including NFL football, that I like to celebrate as well. Chiefs didn't do so hot, but still celebrating the team. So you can check that out. My college football and NFL football is on Instagram and Snapchat. You want to check those photos out my birthday weekend, including my other podcast, Raw Recap, so you're on time with Monday Night Raw video tomorrow night, and then podcast and Raw Recap Tuesday. So, and obviously the gameplay, you can check it out. I'm going to update it again on Wednesday. So, that way you're up to date by the time the next gameplay or Raw and SmackDown predictions happens and result videos, because obviously a lot of things happening and coming up, and sometimes you don't have time to catch up. So, that being said, Cream Kids Cow, peace.